Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and this is Combiner Wars Megatron in 4 minutes or less. Combiner Wars Megatron is a leader class figure standing 9 inches tall, which means he's too big for the deluxe class figures in your collection, but matches up nicely with the masterpieces. And that's where the masterpiece comparisons end. He lacks the complex transformation, the articulation, and the detailing to really fit in with that line. However, if you consider you're getting about 1/3 the functionality for 1/3 the price, then it doesn't sound like such a bad deal after all. The main thing that surprised me about this figure is that he doesn't actually combine. I can't lie, I felt a little betrayed. I mean, it says Combiner right on the box. Megatron is not traditionally a combiner, but unlike other figures released in this line that are also not traditionally combiners, Bombshell and Powerglide for instance, they at least have some degree of interaction with the line by changing into weapons that can be utilized by the combiner characters. Megatron is just a tank and a giant silver robot. It's been a while since Megatron looked this good in both robot and alt mode, especially after the overly complex Bayformers designs. Blah. But this Megatron pulls off a satisfying robot and alt mode, and usually you have to choose between one or the other. The percentage of Transformers who have delivered both a posable figure and a convincing alt mode is depressingly low. Megatron has been a tank before, he's been a silver tank before, and I would expect that going forward he will probably be a tank from now on. Yes, MP05 or Masterpiece Megatron was a 1/1 scale gun, but there's no way that Hasbro is going back to that mode from here on out. Guns aren't toys, and on top of that, with the movies dominating the franchise, it's too hard to explain the conservation of mass. It's refreshing to see the G1 look back on the shelves, and this figure is heavily G1 influenced, which probably posed a design challenge because so many of the elements that we identify as G1 Megatron are incidental to the design of the Walther P38 handgun that he transformed into. The designers of this figure had to find a way to make it feel like the guy that turned into a Walther P38, but instead transforms into a tank. On top of that, the head design that really resonates as Megatron comes from the cartoon, not the G1 figure, which you know if you've ever taken a moment to compare the animation design and the G1 toy. They aren't even close. But Hasbro really nailed the look and the feel of the G1 toy and character in a much more modern alt mode and a far more satisfying robot mode. Combiner Wars Megatron is going to run you between $40 and $50, or more if you buy him online and have to pay shipping. If you're the type of collector who insists on Megatron being a handgun, needs to be in scale with the Masterpiece line, and desire the challenge of a complex transformation, and don't mind shelling out far more cash, then you're going to want to pass on this and seek out one of the third-party options. But if you're just looking for 2 strong modes and don't mind sacrificing some articulation for a more appealing price and some really great-looking shiny silver paint, then this is a must-have, so buy it if you see it. And if you see 2, leave 1 for another collector.